I should mention the story on the front page of the Mail today, which is all about this poor guy, Meghan's father. I say poor guy because they've obviously not had much contact. Thomas Markle, and apparently very unwell, in intensive care in the Philippines, has been estranged from the couple since their marriage in 2018. Did he come to the wedding or not? I can't remember, actually.
No, he was not.
I think he was ill.
Why is that front page news? What is wrong with us in this country?
What is he doing in the Philippines?
I think are we interested in him? I don't know.
I'm interested in why he's in the Philippines. Has he moved there?
Well, no, he's got connections there, I think, and he's cheaper.
I wish the front pages were dedicated to stuff that actually matters to people and not the stuff that you're being told to be angry.
Also, who told the newspaper? Has he sold that story too?
Is he trying to make money? The way journalism works is they put on their front page things that will make people read the article. There's no, they're not doing this for fun. So they're doing this because they think that is more interesting to people than the price of bread.
But it's also because, let's be honest, who owns our newspapers, Jeremy?
No.
Who owns our newspapers?
That's not why it is.
Yes, it is. They want to sell newspapers, absolutely. But they also want to, control national discourse. They trade in a currency of fear and hate. And people love to vilify Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle is on the Daily Mail website, is something that always gets high volumes.
Yeah, but that supports.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Marina's
so that's what the people want. They're giving the people.
Yeah, but that's because they put a target on her back, and it's like someone for them all to just coalesce and hate around.
See, I think
there was a royal state dinner on Wednesday, a glittering, gold-drenched spectacle that cost millions in public money. A night of chandeliers, silverware polished within an inch of its life, and plates so expensive that ordinary working families could not afford a single seat in the room, even if they saved for 10 years. And yet, despite the scale, despite the photo ops, despite the fact that this was a major royal event that the so-called patriotic press claims to worship, the Daily Mail chose to bury it. They benched the entire multi-million-pound royal affair from their front page. Why? Because, yet again, demonising Meghan Markle sells more papers than celebrating the monarchy they pretend to defend. Their patriotism ends the moment Meghan's name appears, because her name is the fuel that keeps their outrage machine alive. And the timing wasn't random. Meghan's Christmas show was released the same day. So they injected toxicity into coverage that should have been wholesome and uplifting, using the same old source, the Daily Mail reporter turned friend of Thomas Markle, who has dedicated years to luring Meghan into contact with Leaky Thomas again. A calculated pattern, repeated endlessly. Marina Purkiss was absolutely right when she flagged this on the Jeremy Vine show. She pointed out with sharp precision that this story never deserved a front-page position. Not even close. But once a target is placed on Meghan's back, the tabloids start controlling national discourse. They start shaping how people think, feel, and react towards the woman they've been told to despise. This isn't journalism, it's narrative engineering, it's emotional manipulation, and it's done with the ease of people who've been shaping public opinion for decades. This is exactly how the tabloids operate, not through real news, but through cynical commentary masquerading as fact. They create outrage, then monetize the outrage, they create villains, then profit from the vilification. In many cases, the news they publish is misinformation, exaggeration, or truth stripped of context. The goal is not to inform. The goal is to provoke, to polarize, to condition people into repeating the talking points that enrich the tabloids while destroying the reputation of their chosen victim. Meghan is one of their most profitable victims. Therefore, she is attacked relentlessly, and a Sussex tweet captured the timeline perfectly. December 3rd. Meghan releases a wholesome, heartwarming Christmas show, a family-friendly piece full of joy and positivity. December 3rd. ITV, instead of covering it fairly, suddenly resurrects a story about her mother's past. December 3rd. The Daily Mail pays her estranged father to blame Meghan for his amputated foot. A claim so grotesque and absurd, it would be comedic if it weren't harmful. The UK really does need to work on this "we're not a very racist country" PR effort, because this pattern is not subtle. It's blatant, it's repetitive, and it exposes a deep generational hostility toward a woman whose existence shattered the royal fantasy that the firm was modern, inclusive and forward-looking. I've never seen anything as petty, peevish, immature, snivelling, cruel, hateful, vengeful, and as pointless as the UK media and their entire crew of deranged supporters. You look at the character these people display, and it's no wonder the UK today is a has-been nation with a has-been economy that continues to sink into oblivion. There's nothing to write home about this country or its people. I've not been to any nation where the UK or its people are genuinely admired. And now their media has become a global laughingstock over the way they harm Karagavwa hate over one single woman. Just look at the kind of people who try to control the narrative. Look at the calibre of people in their RF. The RF live simply to manipulate the media to do their bidding, so that they can stay on the popularity ratings while they continue to sponge off taxpayers, some of who also comprise derangers. UK media and derangers sit right under the noses of RF, who lords it over them and then fleeces money off them. These daft, brainless subjects continue to fawn over the very people exploiting them and taking them for fools, but instead of the UK media and its deranged crew being up in arms about this gross injustice meted at them, they target Meghan, who is minding her own business thousands of miles away, and has shown she wants none of the toxicity. She's clearly a hard-working, intelligent, accomplished and successful woman, and that's what they hate, because the racism in their very DNA cannot handle the fact that it's a black-raced woman who is putting their white RF idols in the shade and making them all look stupid, incompetent and utterly pointless. Meghan didn't set out to do so, she just did so by being herself, authentic, and by speaking up for herself in the face of their lies and endless manufactured narratives. This arrogant and entitled RF family aren't used to being stood up to, and that's why they hate Meghan, and are ready to even make sure that her children born as royals don't even get a chance to be part of their royal heritage. That's how much they hate her. They would have been this way if Meghan was white, and even if there was a rift. Harry, who adores his wife to the ends of the earth and back, is not willing to be part of their evil scheming against his wife, or the plan to sideline her out of the picture. Meghan is his wife and the mother of his children. For those deranged derangers who keep saying that Meghan should lose her title, I'll ask whether King Charles should have lost his title after he carried on an illicit affair for several years with Camilla, under the very noses of his wife Diana, that he took a solemn oath to be loyal to. Camilla's husband and also the late Queen. I'd also ask these daft hypocrites whether it is customary to take back a gift after it's been given to the beneficiary. The titles were given to Harry and Meghan as a wedding gift from the late Queen. Besides, as much as they hate to acknowledge it, Meghan being married to Prince Harry makes her as entitled to that title as anyone else in that lazy, irrelevant, PR-addicted RF is entitled to theirs. The hypocrisy is staggering. The titles given to Harry and Meghan were a wedding gift from the late Queen. You don't take back gifts just because racists are angry. Meghan is as entitled to her title as any royal spouse, perhaps more given her work ethic and integrity. But in the end, this entire saga reveals the truth. The royal family and the media know that showcasing a lavish banquet during a cost-of-living crisis is a horrible look, a catastrophic PR move. So, what do? They roll out the Meghan distraction. Because Meghan has become their emergency button, the smoke bomb they throw whenever something needs to be hidden. The banquet cost millions. The country is struggling. And rather than face that reality, they target the woman they've built an economy of hate around